This week on Full Circle Florida, the Florida Effect, how the Sunshine State's influence is on the rise from Washington and beyond. D.C. dysfunction, gridlock at the airports, higher gas prices at the pump, and lawmakers keep playing games as the shutdowns become the new norm. Our Washington correspondent is here to help us read between the headlines. Plus, what do you think about all of this? I hit the streets of Tampa this week to capture your voice. And right out of the gate, let's go to ABC News Deputy Political Director Ben Siegel. Ben, we're now pushing 40-plus days into this partial DHS shutdown with TSA agents working without pay, record airport lines during the spring break, that deadly LaGuardia collision last week, piling on the fear and the frustration. Is there any real momentum toward a deal in D.C. that funds most of DHS, or is President Trump's push to tie it into the Save America Act and voter ID, which a lot of people do support, is that keeping everything stalled?
Well, we usually see two obstacles for Senate Republicans on any kind of agreement. You see the president and what he wants, and you have Democrats and what they want. On this, the president has actually seemed to really let Senate Republicans in the driver's seat. So the obstacle is the Senate Democrats. They want some of these changes that they're seeking to ICE to be codified. They want it to be codified that these agents don't wear masks, that they can't operate in and around churches and houses of worship and schools. But the Republicans so far have not really agreed to some of those things. So that's why Democrats are holding this up. We know as of this morning, Senate Majority Leader John Thune has given what he says is the best and final offer to Democrats to try to resolve this before Congress leaves for 2 weeks for the Easter holiday. And these recesses and the travel do have a way of clarifying the minds of members of Congress. So it's possible we get a last-minute breakthrough, but it's still not looking good as we speak.
Meanwhile, those two Democrat flips in Florida this week, state houses, one, though, right in Trump's Mar-a-Lago backyard, the other in Tampa Bay. How much of a red flag is that for Republicans heading into the November midterms? Is the anger over the shutdowns, the long lines, the rising gas and food prices, and the general dysfunction in D.C., is that starting to hit the GOP harder, or do both parties get the blame?
Well, the party in power tends to get the blame, but it really depends on how long this continues on. I think the big takeaway from Florida, there are two major points for me. One is that Republicans in the state who maybe were considering redistricting this session to help try to protect the Republican majority in the House, this may give them reason to pause that effort, because we're seeing this Democratic enthusiasm that's materializing in these special elections. Democratic voters are showing they're more motivated than Republicans, and that could create some problems for people if they try to mess with the maps in Florida. So this is a warning sign for Republicans. It's just the latest example of Democrats overperforming in these special elections. And it's really the bad hand of the economy and the historic headwinds. The president's party always loses power going into the midterms. This war is definitely doing a number on inflation, on gas prices, and that could only create a worse economic picture that voters may blame Republicans for in the fall.
Yeah, a little more than 200 days until those midterms. Ben Siegel, thank you for your insight. Appreciate it. All right, look, meanwhile, I get it. You tune into the news, you scroll the feeds, and it feels like the sky is falling every day. But, you know, this country has survived a lot in its 250 years. The Revolution, the Civil War, the Great Depression, World Wars, Vietnam, the pandemic, and on and on and on. This week, I went out to find your voice. Talk to me, Tampa Bay. It's time to listen. Tampa Bay 28 listens to you. Can we talk to you real quick? It's been a while since we've aired out our thoughts about things going on in the world. There's so much happening. You've got the war in the Middle East.
Our objective is to defend the American people.
You've got the Epstein files. You've got gas prices going up. You've got the travel nightmares at the airports.
Lines are really slow.
The economy. Is any of this on your radar? Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just in my head. Let's find out. It's time for your voice. Let's go. What's going on in the world today? What do you think about what's happened? All the stuff. Is there any one thing that stands out to you?
It's just sadness. I mean, that's kind of what I feel right now. It's like there's just this malaise that is over everybody. I mean, you go home and it's just sad.
It's ZZ Top.
Personal development, boundaries,
okay,
all those types of things.
All right, so more personal reflection type stuff.
Yeah.
Are you worried about all the things going on? We get the war in the Middle East, the gas prices, the politics, anything of that?
I really don't give.
No, you don't care.
Don't care really about anything.
Finish your sentence.
I have my opinions, but it's one of those. it doesn't affect, there's nothing we can truly do about that, what they choose to do. We can only vote. And then I think from a personal development side of things, go back and touch on that, is I don't think the world can be a better place until each individual also becomes a better human being also.
What do you think about what's going on in the world today?
Oh man, it's beautiful and it's bad at the same time. What can I tell you? We're just trying to enjoy a bike ride, get some cardio in.
I love it, brother. Take care. You know, everything going on in the world, what do you think about it?
It's not great.
Not great? Why?
Just in terms of gas prices, oil prices, stocks, everything like that. Wars.
What concerns you most?
The wars, I guess.
How do you take a break from it?
Doing this, going for a walk.
Good place to go for a walk, right?
Yeah.
Enjoy your day. You're the new generation. What is there anything that you think about, concerns you, that you're optimistic about? I'll take all of it.
I'm optimistic about AI. I feel like it can be very helpful in schoolwork if you use it in the right ways. So
I didn't mention AI. That was a new one. That's also been gaining a lot of traction. I'm not saying this stuff isn't serious. It's obviously serious, but you also have to kind of wink and nod at the world, and we're all resilient. Can we get your thoughts about what's going on in the world today?
You got people that are getting kicked out of our country for no reason. You got just people, it's makes me sad. The first time in my life I've been embarrassed to be an American.
How do you cope with that?
Try to do what you can.
So much is happening right now. What do you think?
I'm very concerned about healthcare. I'm a nurse working in home care, taking care of people that are in their homes and sick and disabled. So I'm very concerned about our government and how they value life of people that don't fit inside the box that we think about. So that's where my concerns are, is that I hope that the value of all life in the United States is really valued and that those services continue.
Sounds like some people in charge need to hear that message. Keep on keeping on, man. Keep on keeping on. The world's gonna turn, and we gotta live.
Next on Full Circle Florida, the real estate reality check. The Tampa Bay market, is it cooling off?